Hi, my name is Deric Rangell. I'm a certified probate specialist with over 30 years selling probate trust properties in Southern California. In this segment, I want to discuss something really important. That is, after having closed hundreds of probates with success, I think it's important to share with people out there who may be doing this work or maybe on the precipice of having to file a petition to know this. The reason why it's important is, quite frankly, it's the number one thing that causes problems in probate administration. And that thing is this. It's when the personal representative oversimplifies the probate process due to their inexperience of the real work needing their attention. Their lack of experience and lack of knowledge get exposed when they oversimplify things. And this is how. All of us distinguish between really three things. The first one is what you know that you know. For example, you and I don't have to debate that 2 + 2 = 4. We know this. The other aspect is what you know that you don't know. An example of that would be, I know I don't know anything about astrophysics. I have very little understanding, and I know that. The last aspect of this is the one that impacts all probate administration and personal representatives, and that is what you don't know that you don't know. Said differently, it's referred to as your blind spots. Blind spots produce constraints that are invisible to us. But once we're aware and we can acknowledge that they are no longer invisible to us, we can gain access to fill our knowledge gap with the answers we need. This is supported by an important study in psychology by researchers David Dunning and Justin Kruger, who published a study titled Unskilled and Unaware of It: How Difficulties in Recognizing One's Own Incompetence Lead to Inflated Self-Assessments, in which they describe our tendencies to hold overly favorable views of our ability. They also state that everyone is prone to it. So this is not a jab on you about not knowing probate, or that's not what this is about. This is about acquiring this awareness that you're going to encounter something in that space where you don't know or didn't know that you didn't know something. You had no awareness of it. Realistically, how could you know things in a business you likely have little to no experience with? It's like I wouldn't go to you and tell you how to do your job when I've never done it and I don't do it. But yet, after a 30-minute consultation and probably some Googling in the room, it's like, that all of a sudden, all the research you did covers everything. And that's just not realistic. So the challenge you have as a personal representative is this: if something is invisible to you, it must not be invisible to whomever you might hire, right? That would be the blind leading the blind. So how do you come up with hiring for something you don't know you need to ask of your potential agent you might consider hiring? Do you know what is invisible to you? Of course you do not. It's a blind spot, right? This is why experience in your hire matters so much. It stands to reason that whomever has closed hundreds of probates is in whom you should trust first if your estate is needing or considering selling, right? More experience equals having solved more problems, right? Isn't that basically the byproduct of having done a lot of business, is that you acquire a lot of experience? And in order to have successfully concluded that for your clients, you had to solve a lot of problems. You had to anticipate the problems, and typically good administrations or good agents who work with administrators who are doing this on a high level, they anticipate probably better than 90% of the problems that come up on something. And if you can anticipate it, it's because you have experience knowing that these things may come up, and it's important to keep our eye out for them in the event that they do, so we can resolve them. And so that is why it should matter to you that I have closed over 700 successful probate transactions for clients. So the best way to not be impacted by what you don't know is to trust that success leaves clues. And when things arise, that my experience will rise to the occasion while lifting you up and providing you answers and solutions for your probate matter. So at this time, I'd like to take a moment to invite you to join me in a phone consultation on how I can best help you manage your probate matter to a successful conclusion like I have for several hundred others. And that it's important for me to get people doing this work back to living your life. And I only know this because of my personal situation when my father passed away. Getting back to my life, as much as I miss my dad, getting back to my life and doing this work was a relief. This is not fun stuff. So let's have a talk. Please fill out the form that's in the email below to set up a brief 15-minute phone consultation, and I promise you that you're going to walk away with more understanding of why the things I can bring to you and your estate are going to be important and will matter to having a great outcome. So please sign up, let's have a talk, and I really look forward to meeting you in the future. Take care and have a blessed day.